Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of First and Last, Season 18, Episode 1. I'm not going to do that for everything, just it's Season 18. My name is Josh, and with me this week I've got Joe.
Hey, man.
And Claire.
I'm back.
Hello, Claire.
I know, everybody's shocked that I'm here. Not really.
Jimmy just keeps having kids.
No, we're very happy that he was able to join us last week.
Yeah, it was good times.
But I'm happy to be here this week and share a show, but we'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess it hasn't been announced, so we probably should announce who won April Madness.
You probably should.
Because it pretty much has the driver of this entire episode. So the show that won April Madness was Nye the Science Guy.
Woo.
And that was also Claire's show. Therefore, Claire gets to take home the he's the April Madness first and last belt.
I'm going to at least take a picture of it.
Champion.
But I think it goes really well with your decor in here.
If you leave it here, I'm going to deface it like a heel wrestler would if he got a hold of the champion's belt.
Dude, that's rude.
Are you going to prepare to try to clean the spray paint?
Yeah, spray paint a J on
if
it
I spray paint the JWO
I will clean it, but also you got second place, so if I die
first
or
loser, great.
It'll go to you.
That's not how wrestling belts work.
Isn't it?
No.
No, then
Okay.
it becomes vacated, and then they have to have a tournament
Oh, okay.
or a ladder match.
Oh, a ladder match.
So if you die, me, Joe, and Jimmy have to have a ladder match.
Okay. I already know who's going to win that, but I shouldn't say.
Is that something I could put like in my will or something? It's like when I die, there must be a ladder match at my funeral.
And whoever, I don't know, gets to the belt gets to it's like just the cord that drops your casket into the ground or something like that, or starts the fire to cremate you.
I would rather it be like all your money is like in the money in the bank box and you have to like fight to get
Yes.
that.
So like all my heirs could like be fighting
Yeah.
for like the literal money in the bank.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That I'm more into. But
I'm into that.
also, we got to check your will, man.
You gotta write my will, man.
Well, I mean, do we?
No, well, I mean,
Just write it on a piece of paper.
it's probably a good idea, but we're
goes
getting old.
It all goes to Claire. We know. Well, I'm
You climbing a ladder or what?
money in the bank. I'm really grateful for all of the people that voted for this, especially those that live in Cleveland, Ohio, according to Jimmy. But
According to analytics, use a
Yeah.
VPN before you commit voter fraud.
there was no voter fraud. They're all
I demand a
subscribers.
recount.
You would.
Stop the steal.
I'm bigly mad about this.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a great runner-up.
No, I'm just kidding.
But it's not better than Bill Nye the Science Guy. In fact, I'm still upset a little bit that Reading Rainbow lost to Bill Nye, but like that I just wasn't following before at that point.
There's a lot of interesting things that happened this tournament. Like, what was it? Muppet Babies got out pretty soon, and I really thought Muppet Babies was gonna go.
No, it was there till like the end-ish. Maybe Final
eight?
Four?
Final Four? Or? No,
Yeah.
because it was 80.
No.
What was your
I think you're
show?
right. I think it made it to the Elite Eight, but not the Final
Because what was
Four.
your show in the Final Four? Do you remember?
I think I didn't have one if it wasn't Muppet Babies.
Because it was Bill Nye, TMNT, Animaniacs, and somebody else. It was your show, Joe, but I don't know whose it was.
Oh, I had all that. in the
All
Final
that.
Four. Yeah,
There we
That
go.
is a
That's
good
right.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Animaniacs, all that, Bill Nye, TMNT.
How do you feel about your strategy of just doing cartoons and the Cosby Show?
I had 2 in the Final Four. So it was better than Jimmy's strategy of shitty shows.
Can't shit on Jimmy for him not being here.
I can too.
He likes to just use prior stuff. You gotta like change with the times, Jimmy.
That is interesting and like retroing a little bit on like
I used to think he cheated.
April Madness, whereas this is the second year that like we've picked shows and drafted shows.
Yeah.
The first year we were kind of going blind and just kind of figuring shit out, and like from the tournament we're just like, okay, I guess we know nothing. And then this year, like Jimmy especially, like used the data from last year to go, okay, so these are the types of shows that get voted. I'm gonna pick up, the ones that were in the Final Four last year and like didn't really work out. Like things just, I think that's another thing we learned this year is just like things just kind of shift around and it's sort of unpredictable.
I did specifically. I think I remember I drafted Turtles Ninja Turtles really early on, like maybe first or second round, because it got really far last year, and it almost won this year. So
I think there is something. I think the one thing that we can say though is that even though like Josh's cartoon thing necessarily didn't play out, like
it was a good bit.
There is something for like 80s, 90s nostalgia, where if you're looking at, and this isn't even just the shows we picked, because we picked a variety of shows, but if you're looking at the Elite Eight being Dexter's Lab, Animaniacs, Reading Rainbow, Bill Nye, all that, Johnny Bravo, Turtles, Vampire Diaries. Vampire Diaries is the only one that's not a like childhood 80s, 90s show.
We got a lot of nostalgia going on in the Instagram feed.
And we just love vampire smut.
Yeah, nostalgia and vampire smut.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
I can go for a good vampire smut. I haven't seen Vampire Diaries, so I can't
Have
shit
you done
on it.
any that like the gray, the shades of gray?
No.
Yeah, I haven't either.
No, I have not.
No, me neither.
Because that's based off of Twilight. Like it's like fanfic of Twilight.
Yeah, someone was writing fanfic of Twilight, and then it turned into like a thing.
Yeah, Mormons, man. Anyway, sorry to throw out Mormonism like that. That was not what I expected to say.
And quote Claire, fucking Mormons.
I did
Mormons,
not say that,
man.
but I mean, if we need to talk about Joseph Smith, we could. But not right now because we get to talk about Bill Nye the Science Guy. Well, no, don't. We have to banter first.
We don't have to do anything, Claire.
Banter.
You always get mad that I don't banter enough.
Banter.
I'm so mad.
Roiling with banter anger.
Anger. No, we can let's get into the show. Joe, what is this podcast for those of us who have just joined and just love Bill Nye?
For this season, we're a TV show podcast where we take a TV show and play a little game where we watch the first and last episode. We'll talk a little bit, then watch the first episode, and then review that, and then we try to make predictions for what we think happens in the last episode. Then we watch that and review it, and then score our points for how well we did on our predictions. And then after that, we also take a look at the show as a whole. Did it begin and end in an interesting way? Were there any sort of bookends? Is this the type of show that like really tied up neatly at the end, or was it a show that just ended?
And we'll just clip that and we'll just use that for the rest of this. No, we're not gonna do that. I always just love the change of what is Joe gonna say.
You get a personalized intro every week.
Very
Bad for the algorithm, but interesting for the listeners.
What were did they do like chapters or what are they called on Spotify now?
I don't know. Spotify, you're listening. If you're listening, call this chapter Peeky Peeky Boo Boo.
Joe. It's probably gonna do that. I hate when they do the
Peeky Peeky Boo Boo. Am I right?
Okay.
That was Bill Nye's famous catchphrase, wasn't it? Peeky Peeky Boo Boo.
I don't think so.
I think his famous was climate change is going to kill us all. Okay. Well, Claire,
Yeah.
you won.
Mhm.
This is your show.
It is.
And we're doing it
And I got facts.
because the people have spoken.
But I don't want to give all my facts up at once. This is a.
Are you going to give us like a gentle trickle throughout the episode?
I think so. I think
love
that's what
that.
I'm going to go
I
for.
really like
We're going
that.
to start with just like the basics, which is that this had a pilot in 1991. There's actually 2 pilots. And then it didn't start season 1 until 1993. And then it ran through 1998. There's a little bit of online debate over if it's 5 seasons or 6 seasons. So I think we should just call it 100 episodes. No, I don't know. I just don't know how many it is. But we're going from 1993 till February 5th, 1999. So this was actually shared, or there's some issues because Walt Disney Studios put this on, but it was aired on PBS. And there's apparently a big issue that it's not on Disney Plus because there was a dispute from Bill Nye over revenue sharing, and he doesn't like the way that Disney Plus does revenue sharing. So
I'm sure it's predatorial.
he said no dog, and then you can find all this on the interwebs. So we'll be using that to help figure this out. This show has earned 26 different awards. 19 daytime Emmys, from sound to show to this to that. It's won Environmental Media Awards, TV Critics Association Awards, Young Artist Awards, and Online Films and TV Association Awards. So this is some award-winning shit right here.
Hell yeah.
And we're about to dive in to see some science and why it's awesome.
So, I guess we've all seen this show.
Yes.
Right?
Here and there, yeah.
Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Just be like, I want Joe to be like, well, you see, the thing is
Very
when
anti-science.
is when we were drafting and I heard Bill Nye the Science Guy, look that guy up.
I've never heard a couple
Before.
episodes. Seen a couple episodes here and there, but wasn't like a regular watcher, and nor do I really like remember an episode or something.
I feel like
Oh.
I remember him talking to kids, kind of thing. Does he talk to kids?
I mean, there's kids on the show.
Yeah.
He does a lot of like. So, Bill Nye himself is not a scientist. I know.
What?
We'll get into that
He's
in a
just
minute.
a science guy.
Oh my god.
He has a bachelor in engineering from Cornell, and he is considered and calls himself a science communicator. That's the word. I wrote communication, but that doesn't make sense. So he's a science communicator. Basically, he worked for Boeing and then found out that he was like really good at like teaching the kids, like, hey, this is how this science thing works. And then they were like, oh, that's cool. He should like make a show. But a lot of people have problems with the fact that he's not a scientist. I think they're wrong.
I mean, that seems weird because like the guy is just like on a PBS show for like kids to like learn stuff, and like anybody could do that.
Yeah.
You know.
And I want the person who's good at communicating it and not the person who knows astronomy or like how black holes work or some shit.
The entertaining communicator.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Science communicator.
That is part of the controversy, is that he's not a scientist and he's never been published in any research.
I mean,
I don't mind it.
Obviously, for some reason, people still talk to him, and he has interviews about like really important issues, even to like this day, which is, I mean, you know, were we interviewing Mr. Rogers about like social justice issues like on CNN?
Right.
So I mean,
yeah. He's a communicator.
So it seems kind of like interesting that maybe he's in the limelight, but that's not necessarily like his fault. People are asking him things, and also like he did it for a really long time, and he's really interested in science. He's a smart guy.
I also, maybe this is my bias because I was an educator for a really long time. I think that you can be really knowledgeable about a subject and understand how to use research and understand how to use resources.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
agreed.
teach it well, but not necessarily be an expert in that field.
Not necessarily have the degree.
Yeah.
Look at I mean, it's 2026. Of all things, especially today, people shouldn't be mad that some person doesn't necessarily have a degree when the information's legitimately, like, if you want to learn it, you can learn anything. You don't have to go to a school.
Well,
If you're driven enough, you know, it's not an option
I
for.
still think we should probably teach people good research methods and like how to find good sources and that
sure.
sort of thing. But yes, I would agree.
But
There's
if
a
you're
lot
like a driven,
available.
dedicated person, you can learn it.
Yes, and there's not a lot of people that are interesting to watch for children. Like I would say there's a lot of science shows or videos that I have seen as an educator that are the most like boring and not I don't know. I don't even know the word. They just suck. Like they're just they just don't have the pizzazz that Bill Nye has. He does
Sure.
a lot. He's like got a little bit of Weird Al in him. They do like music covers about the science thing.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing that I saw is in every episode it says like they did like, you know, Black Eyed Peas song in this one, like
Yeah.
a science cover of
Yeah.
it. Like a Weird Al science cover of.
And so like those would be useful in the classroom because you could then have the kids sing them and repeat them
Yeah.
to learn the concepts.
Do you know what the first episode one is?
All I know is that
I know
it's
what it
called
is.
Flight.
I know what the song that they're parroting.
I chose
you know?
not to look.
No.
I don't want to tell you then. I don't want to tell.
Keep it
I
a
don't know.
surprise.
It's.
Know anything about
I
the
saw
first
it and I
episode.
was like, no shit. So it's fun.
But I mean, they were a lot of times more current songs. So again, like Weird Al vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have kids on the shows. I mean, it's very PBS. But then there's also like adults on the shows, and they go and interview people at the places. So you're getting to see these things. And to be very honest, like, yes, we're probably going to see some science that is now different because these are a couple decades old. But
Well, that's kind of how science works, though.
that's how science works.
For, anybody that
But also, like,
thinks.
I used clips of Bill Nye episodes, like, almost all the way through. Like, I was looking through my basement today to find the DVDs that I thought I had, and I must have given them away when I stopped teaching. Because I would still use clips from those to teach specific concepts because it's just very good visuals, or it's very engaging, or it's a lot of times the kids are doing a science experiment that you could recreate.
Mm-hmm.
And so, again, it's like, very PBS, very much my vibe. I was a PBS kid. I know Joe wasn't, but
I was a stickly kid.
you were a PBS kid?
I watched a lot of Ghost Rider.
Oh, Ghost Rider was great.
Ghost Rider.
Go listen to that episode.
Joe loves cursive.
I can't.
Just in the air, though. He doesn't like writing it down.
I kept watching that show after we did it like a couple years back. Anyway, but yeah, this first episode I know is Flight.
Yeah, because so you mentioned it earlier. There's like 2 pilots.
Yes.
Like zero. I saw like 0A and 0B. And those happened, 91. One happened in 91 and one happened in 93.
Oh, okay. Well, they don't count them anywhere online.
No, and they're not listed in like season 1. Yeah, so the first one is called Flight, September 10th, 1993. Well, that's the syndication air date. Sorry, the original PBS air date. Oh, weird. What?
Yeah, the dates on the websites are really wonky. So
potentially September 10th, 1993.
yeah, I think that's right.
Because I don't understand. I guess maybe I don't. Because it says that's syndication air date. And then it says original PBS air date. But where else would it have been?
Yeah, I don't really understand.
Been on? I thought syndication would have came after. Joe explains syndication.
I mean, yeah, it might have just been a thing where like they thought like, oh, this is good for kids. Let's also put it on like, Cleveland decided, hey, let's put it on ABC too.
Or potentially it's not like a weekly thing. They could just play it as many times as they want kind of thing. I don't really know how it works.
Yeah. All right, well, air date aside, we're going to watch the first episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy called Flight, and we'll be back after that. And we're back. We're doing the first episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy. It was called Flight. There's not really a write-up
No.
for this. Besides science rules. No?
Yeah.
No, Claire?
Well, I mean,
We learned how to fly.
Yeah, no, we'll go with that. Science rules.
Science rules.
Just got to think happy thoughts. and just
We
float.
we learned about flying. You guys learn something today?
Bill Nye was in a sewer and he's like, we all float down here.
He had a red balloon. That's weird. Claire doesn't know the reference.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Email somebody from Cleveland, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Boom! Gotcha.
Okay, wow. Okay, but off the top of your head, what's a fact you learned? Because I've got a couple.
I learned about lift.
I'm trying to think of the 3 things that make things fly. Is lift one of them? I know one of them was angle of attack. And then is it angle of attack, lift, and something else?
The most important one, the song was called it
Air pressure.
air pressure.
Okay. I wasn't sure if air pressure was included with lift.
I mean, it kind of is because
Yeah.
air pressure creates the lift.
Air pressure makes things fly. And then whose principle was it about the air pressure?
Bernoulli's principle.
There you go.
That's right.
So you guys learned a lot right there.
The Bernoulli's principle part was the part that I didn't quite understand. Because when they're explaining, like you've seen this before in like science classes or Bill Nye the Science Guy, where they show you the diagram of here's how an airplane wing is shaped. And it's, it's flat on the bottom and then it has this like kind of curve on the top. And then they show you that the air moving over the top goes faster because it has a longer path to travel than the air on the bottom. And then so therefore that creates lift because it has low or higher pressure in the bottom pushing the wing up. And like my thing, like I was just like, but like why does faster moving air mean lower pressure? And it turns out that just is Bernoulli's principle. that it is like that because of Bernoulli's principle, and Bernoulli's principle is based on the laws of energy conservation.
Well, and also it had to do with the
thermodynamics.
the direction of pressure. Like it's gonna go not this way. You can't see me.
Yeah. And that's why the pressure like forces it to go up. Like it's not diverting it in different directions because the air is moving this way. But I just was confused about like, why does faster motion automatically mean pressure or lower pressure, which is something that like it's a deeper topic and you can't really, it's just for this half an hour kids show, you just got to be like, it's Bernoulli's principle.
Yeah.
And this one's high pressure and this one's low pressure.
Yeah,
And that's what these two things do.
The air is moving faster here, so the pressure is lower.
I mean, I think they did a really good job because honestly, if I was interested in that, I was like, oh my God, planes are cool, and I want to know more about this, that would make me, I guess, when 1993, go to the library. I guess.
Library.
But like now, it would make me just be like, Google. And now I just dive down like a how do planes work kind of thing.
That's the thing.
I just think this whole show is just a gateway drug.
Yeah.
To
science,
to knowledge, like,
and drugs. I mean, I'm sure there's an episode on drugs. Bill Nye's just like, you guys ever tried weed?
I'd watch that.
You guys want to drop X?
Maybe that's what he.
It's just an episode of Bill Nye dancing.
That's not the controversy that I've heard about his next show, which was called Bill Nye Saves the World in 2017.
Bill Nye the Molly Guy.
That would be good. But I think that he should think about that if they ever reboot that show. Like, just do drugs.
When you're talking, though, about, like, seeing this and then, like, opening that piece of your brain where it's like, oh, I'd like to learn more about that or I'm interested.
Yeah.
Watching this episode reminded me so much of so many different YouTube channels that exist now.
Dude, I already wrote it. I wrote that shit down, too.
That there's
it's
just
very YouTube coded, right?
Yes. Yeah. In that it's... it's fast edits and clips between things, and they show different demos.
Quick cuts. Words on screen.
Words on the screen.
And then made a joke and kind of did a cut to it really quick. And then
it's not all the topic. There's some jokes and like some like narrative stuff too.
Yeah, and then they explain. Like they had one topic and they had three things they wanted to tell you about that topic, and they just did it over and over and over again.
Yeah, repetitive.
But in different ways.
Yeah.
Well, and see, I think it's interesting you guys see this as, oh, this is how YouTube videos are. This is how teaching works.
But this is modern, but modern YouTube does it. I mean, YouTube's been like this for a decade. But like this is how that like just saying everything a bunch of times. I call that in a normal, like in an adult show, because this is a kid show, so I'm fine with that. But in an adult show, I would call that not respecting your audience's intelligence. But this is kid stuff, so that's fine. No problems there whatsoever. But the quick cuts, like it's full of quick cuts, and a lot of times it's even like they at least had like Bill Nye talking, and then it would cut to something else or cut to him like doing a thing, and like when he was doing the balloons, like tying the balloons, it was like cutting all over the place. And then the words on the screen, you'll see a lot of YouTube channels where they'll do their own like subtitles, but it's not because they want you to like read it. It's not for subtitles. It's because it's words flashing on screen really fast, and like the screen itself is kind of like a nothing, like nothing's happening on the screen, like the picture
keeps your attention.
And so it's just keeping your attention. It's not because they want you to like have they're not going, oh, I need subtitles.
I literally thought that would be something that would elevate this. And maybe that's just because I'm old and I like subtitles, but I was like, man, I kind of wish this had subtitles throughout.
But that would be different. You would see, so you just want like subtitles. You want like a sentence on the bottom.
But you're talking about more like when he talks about lift, and then the word lift is really big on the screen.
Yeah, it's just a different version of that.
Yeah.
Like
it's kind of for emphasis.
It's just their emphasis of saying lift, but like if I was turning on a YouTube video of one of the guys I watch, their intro is like a black screen and just like a bunch of words flashing because they're like saying, it's just saying what they're saying, but it's like 2 words at a time, so it's going really fast to like keep you, what's next, even though it's just words. What he's saying.
Or even just to like emphasize the main point again of just like Bernoulli's principle, and like every time he says Bernoulli's principle, the thing like shows up again. Like,
with the guy's picture. And,
yeah.
And lift always kind of came from the bottom and lifted up. Like they used all of this in like a entertaining and honestly not annoying way. YouTube is annoying the way they do this stuff. Also, I said this is that, but without all the yelling.
Yeah.
Because everyone's yelling on
the
YouTube
channel,
now.
yeah.
Really?
Like Mr. Beast just yells.
See, I
All he does is yell. It's quick cuts, screaming.
Yeah. But even the ones
You know?
that are designed for like, a more refined audience, or I'm going to teach you about statistics, it uses the same techniques
yeah.
to keep your attention and keep things snappy and make it entertaining.
But these are just like educational practices that they're using and they've learned in some way. But it's also interesting that you see Bill Nye doing that. It's almost, he's ahead of the time for like this kind of thing, like the quick cuts.
Yeah. Well, and he's also doing it like, tastefully in a way kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's entertaining and sciencey.
I feel like from what I remember of the show, like so much of this is the same vibe. Like this is the first episode, right? And I don't feel like the vibe of this changes over the seasons versus like other shows where you might see like, oh, they're going to change and have different kinds of graphics or different kinds of, like we're going to still probably have the similar graphics and things in the last episode.
The only thing that would make this more YouTube-y is if at some point like a third into the video and he was like, you know what really gives me lift? Me undies. And then you're reaching for the control to skip ahead.
You start talking about like their HelloFresh.
God, does Bill Nye bit have the jump ahead button now?
Commonly skipped.
Has enough people watch this Bill Nye episode?
Whatever. You watch YouTube with ads too. Like I don't know how you do it, man.
That's hard.
That's rough.
One other cool thing that I think they did is they did it 3 times. They did home experiments.
Yep. Yep.
Which is really cool.
Because it's stuff that kids could just like try it out.
Did you guys want to try any of them? I literally wanted to make the helicopter after they made the helicopter. I was like, the one with the paperclip. I was like, I haven't seen one like that. That seems great.
Yeah, that one looked easy and just like, all right, let's see if I can like, see if different types of paper work better for this or not, or like.
If I had a balloon, I'd lift a book right now.
Yeah, I think that's also why this kind of thing, like I almost wish YouTube had more of like that kind of thing. Like give me a YouTube show that has a lesson and then also like, okay, now go do this thing with easy to find, utensils around your house.
It did 2 good things too that I'm just trying to think of how like they spoke to us. Like Bill Nye just was like, "Hey, I'm a dude and I'm really excited about science and I'm going to talk to you about it." He wasn't like, "Hey guys, today we're going to talk about lift. You know what lift is? Woo!"
Yeah,
he didn't come down to a kid level. He let the kids come up to his level because he just spoke to them like they were adults, and he was just excited about it. And then they had kids on it too.
But the kids were the ones telling you what to do.
Yeah, but the kids were they were explaining things and stuff too. This is better than YouTube. There were so many weird angles for the camera. They were talking to the ceiling a lot.
Yeah.
There's a camera on the ceiling all the time. I just really liked how like they incorporated kids. Those kids were smart in doing experiments and explaining science stuff. But then also when Bill Nye was talking, he wasn't talking to me like I was like a dumb little kid. He was just like, "Hey, I'm gonna fucking tell you this shit because this is cool, right?"
Well, and that's something that I think that is super important in teaching all different ages, but also is not typically done by all the people in the world.
Well, just some people talk to kids and you're like, "Fucking hell, dude! Just you don't need to be like,
oh, you want to go to the park?"
He's just kids like me because I'm indifferent and I talk to them like they're people.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that there's like some interest in that too for kids where instead of being talked down to, they're being talked at as if, you have some intelligence coming into this, you're engaged by it. But the repetitiveness of it, if you're kind of zoned out at different points or something's boring to you, it's going to come back. They're going to talk about this principle again. And then maybe the second time you'll get it better. I mean, there were definitely times during this episode where I was like, well, I don't really get that. And then they would like, I was like, they're going to explain it again. I can just like wait a little bit. And then they did. And I'd be like, oh, okay, I kind of understand it better.
I like that. I was like, ooh, good. Okay, they're going to explain that air pressure thing one more time.
Because it was a little confusing the first time.
I drew the thing.
Okay, I love that. I also love that this show was like woke before woke was a thing, like where they show the scientists and like
Was there something woke about this show? Right, like this episode?
I think so. They show a scientist that's a female and she's flying planes.
That dumb bitch.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
You're going to get all those Cleveland people just logged off.
No, she was awesome.
Yeah, she was great. Her hair was hilarious. I kind of like loved it. It was like very 1993.
Like a Miss Frizz going on.
Yeah. And then also they talked to the air traffic controller who wanted to be an air traffic controller in 6th grade, which is wild to my brain.
I just can't. I don't think I can believe it. I think he wanted to be a pilot in 6th grade.
I don't know. Maybe he's like Joe and gets dizzy.
Did you know there was air traffic controllers in 6th grade?
That guy did?
I don't know.
But also, if I'd watched this episode, I might have.
But it also just seems like air traffic control just looks like a hard, stressful job. And I don't know anyone who would be like, yes, that's what I want to do.
I just wanted to go to work and have my BPM at 145 for 8
Okay, I literally would have thought the opposite of that until he started explaining like all of the different areas of science that he needed to know, and I was like, oh, I could be an air traffic controller. And then he started being like, and then you had to know about this type of science and this, and I was like,
He
nope,
was like, I need to know about clouds.
I'm out.
I was like, you're on the ground.
I don't know, I thought that was really great. Like, it's definitely like putting out there that like it's not just like white men that do these things, even though Bill Nye himself is a white man. He's bringing in women and men and people of color, and I just really appreciate that.
Well, the 2 kids were like a girl and a black kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is not always seen in 90s stuff, and like even now, like there's the push to go back to more white people, but I don't think we're going to, but we'll see.
I guess if you say if you say like it's woke, it's kind of just funny because I just saw like a scientist, like a pilot lady that was like telling me things.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just so don't give a shit because I'm just like, yeah, this is a person that knows what they're talking about.
You're
of
also
course.
like a white man who has gotten to see everyone do all the jobs in the like as a female, I don't often see
No, I know.
female pilots.
No,
like I'm like, shit, girls can do this?
No, I understand. I get you're saying like, oh, it's cool that there's a woman on
Yeah.
screen, and I see it and I say like, of course there's a woman on screen,
Well,
like
that's
because
good.
I'm so like.
You're so woke.
I'm so woke. Apparently, I'm so woke.
I'm really
that
proud
I'm just
of
like,
you.
why wouldn't there be a smart woman explaining something to me? I don't fucking know what it is. Of course, this person might. You know,
Dude, her hair made you really like know she knew shit. Like
she knew shit. They did a good job too of like, besides like that representation. It was cool that they had like the pilot tester and the air traffic controller, and they went to different and they asked. They were talking to other people like around the topic about their thing, and then also he was like, they filmed a lot of planes, and he was like in a lot of planes,
different ones too.
and then he did. Well, they totally faked that helicopter. He's not in that helicopter. He's not in
I
that
believed
helicopter.
it.
But then they also did like the parachute behind the boat segment. I was just kind of like, they kind of put but then on the other side, he's standing in front of people like eating brunch in a park.
Yeah.
Like they definitely like guerrilla filmed a lot of this too.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with that. But I think that gives it some charm because can
I
you
agree.
imagine
Yeah.
you're like eating your baguette and then like there's some guy out there like trying to film science.
Well,
clips.
I mean, in 1993, it's probably kind of like, oh, this is kind of fun. Like right now, I'd be like, fucking, of course, there's some dipshit trying to film a thing out here.
With his
Mhm.
GoPro.
Let me tell you about Lyft.
Yeah. I think overall, yeah, just a great mix of different ways to attack the same topic.
Yeah.
Like practical, diagrams, try this at home stuff. Real world, like look at this, nature, look at how a bird does this.
Mhm.
Like just all different angles of the same type or the same topic. That I just thought was really interesting.
Well, and like I brought up earlier that some people had issue with the fact that Bill Nye himself is not a scientist, but I feel like in his episode, he brought on scientists. He brought on the people. So I don't understand how that can be controversial.
Listen, like Elmo's a puppet. Like, what else do you need me to explain to you? Like, TV is entertainment.
Speaking of entertainment,
I have nothing else to say.
I mean, that was kind of great. But speaking of entertainment, what did you guys think of the cover song?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. It was
Nirvana smells like air pressure.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the Nirvana, and then you pointed it out, and it was just like, oh my gosh, Nirvana.
They did the whole song, right?
Yeah.
It was like, a whole music video performance of a parody song about air pressure to the tune of Smells Like Teen Spirit. I wonder if some of that is also why it's not on streaming, if there's rights stuff hung up with the parody songs.
Oh, it could be.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been scared to watch it on like Disney and find out that like that's not on there.
Yeah.
And it like
That's
just
cut.
It just cut, and then he's like in the plane going, "Well, I gotta go fly off on Bill Nye." That would have been sad.
Because that's probably what they would do. Because it's like there's the thing I was watching was like all that on Paramount Plus, and it was like their 15-20 minute episodes or whatever, because just like the musical performance is cut.
That's really. We need to get past that. There needs to be a law. We need to change the rules.
These are 90s, early 2000s shows when they didn't have the rights.
Yeah, the agreements for streaming.
The agreements were like
didn't-
DVD and like cable, and then they didn't include streaming.
Okay, what is it? Is it like at a certain point everything becomes public? Is it like
public
It's
domain?
like 70 years.
Okay, we got a lot of time.
After death.
We got a lot of time.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody from the crew and cast of all that has to die,
Oh,
including every single person in one of those bands. That's probably not how that works, but it'd be funny if it was.
if anyone knows, let me know.
We need a Bill Nye episode on that.
No, Bill Nye, how does copyright work? Yeah, predictions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Who do you want to go first?
You should go first, Claire.
Yeah.
Oh, mine aren't that great, but okay. But it's kind of nice that you do that because I always change mine.
Yeah,
if
because
someone else-
because I'm not going to change mine if you have one of mine.
we're like writing predictions and Josh walks by like, I got that one, and I'm like, what? Because I always change my predictions.
I didn't have it. Don't worry about it.
You better not have it.
I
because-
don't even know what it was. Tell me
Okay.
what it was right now.
Well, there's a little bit of me having knowledge. I know that this final episode, because I looked it up already, is about motion. So going into that,
that's a bummer. Can I change my predictions right now?
no.
Well, you just told me, so now
I thought you said you already knew that.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, don't listen to me.
Well,
then.
now I just lost 2 points.
No, you didn't. Okay, first off, I think that there will be an experiment. Obviously, there's going to be an experiment, but I think there's going to be a pencil involved.
Okay.
Pencil. I really want a pencil. I think that there's going to be a woke BIPOC or female scientist. So if it's just a white scientist,
It's just can be a female scientist. It doesn't have to be woke. It just can. Aliens wasn't woke. It just had a chick.
The word woke is in quotes, but like that's just for the people out there.
That's the thing is woke doesn't exist because no one's saying that aliens was woke, and if that was made new today, people would say it's the wokest thing in the entire world. But this is from like 1989.
I don't know.
It's not
Okay.
woke. It's just normal. Just those people stop saying woke. We got to stop saying it.
Okay,
It's not a
I
thing.
will not say it again in this episode. Will that make you feel better?
If you do, I get a point for every time you say it.
No, that's bullshit.
She's worried she's gonna say it, Joe.
I am. Okay, at one point, so I've done 2. I'm going to switch mine around. Okay. And then I'm going to put this one in. Okay. At one point, he's like, this is flight. Isn't it cool? And Josh was like, yeah, it's kind of cool. I
He
hope
made me think about it for like 2 seconds, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty fucking cool, right?
I hope that they say this is blank, isn't it cool? Or like you have to like, is it cool? There's some sort of like comment about it being cool made in this episode, clucked in there. They're gonna do that again. And then I'm in between 2. I think Bernoulli's principle's out. I'm gonna put that away. But I think there's gonna be a random object, including a blimp. There's gonna be a blimp in this episode. Those are my predictions.
Okay.
I did it.
Well, my first prediction is this episode is going to be about dinosaurs, but apparently that's not true.
You would love that though.
Number 2, I think there'll be boats.
How would there be boats and dinosaurs? But I'm just wondering.
That's because it's called throwing a wide net, Claire. Just trying to get a point.
Okay, I think boats gonna be great.
Number 3, I think Bill wears a special helmet or hat. Basically, he probably wears anything. It's probably special. And then number 4, I think the song is going to be parodied from the band Pearl Jam.
Okay.
Really has a vibe with those songs.
Yeah, we did Nirvana. Why not Pearl Jam?
Yeah, I will say that the Nirvana pick was fairly timely. That episode, first aired in 93?
Yeah.
And that song came out in 91.
So should I look and see what came out in 96?
I'm saying I know the song, and it's somewhat less timely.
Pearl Jam.
It could be Pearl Jam.
Could still be Pearl Jam.
Queen.
It's Beethoven. I have that Bill gets wet. We get a wet Bill somehow.
He liked getting wet in this episode.
Yeah.
Stop. You gotta stop.
This is how you can tell I was really struggling for predictions, because this is if I were to pick a prediction that's like totally not gonna happen, this is it. But a kid does something unsafe. That's the first thing they would check, right? Is like,
yes,
we can't show a kid doing something unsafe. But I think maybe it slipped through. It's 1999. Who knows? They're trying to get edgy.
1998, bud.
1998.
Even better.
Car crash TV. They're trying to compete.
I misspoke. It is 1999.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad.
Got a little
February
less better.
5th, 1999.
Yeah, you gotta know the date.
I think that one of the clips that they go to is in a video game.
Ooh.
Somehow video games are involved.
Love it.
Again, trying to keep the kids engaged, and also it's 1999.
Maybe he's gonna show us Sonic.
Yeah, could be. Going fast. Gotta go fast. And then my last one is that magnets are somehow involved.
Oh, do they work?
Because, yeah, how do they even work?
I will say the Bill Nye episode about magnets is really great. This is not that episode, but I hope.
Yeah, this isn't that, but I think you can get magnets pretty much into every episode.
But I would recommend going and watching the magnets episode, like maybe another time.
Okay.
It's a good one. I've used that at school.
I'm not interested in Bill Nye explaining magnets to me. Okay, so the finale, is it just called Motion?
It's called Motion.
It's called Motion?
Yep.
All right, so the finale is called Motion, and we will be back after that. And we're back. We're done with the final episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy. It was called Motion.
Bill. Sorry.
No, that was exactly how you're supposed to do it.
Like you have to.
Whenever anyone says Bill Nye the Science Guy, other people just start chanting Bill. No write up. It was just science about motion.
Yeah, just think about like the laws of, Newton.
We learned about Newton's laws, his 3 laws. What are they? Did we learn anything?
Well, here's the thing. I think that those are the only thing I've ever learned in science class.
Yeah.
Because it's just they're catchy.
First law?
Okay, shit. You got to push or pull or what? No.
No, it kind of rhymes. There's like a flow to it.
Every action has
no object that
is in motion stays in motion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then the other the
Is it rest stays
the
at
counter?
rest?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second
Okay,
one.
number 2.
2 has an equation.
Equal and opposite. Oh, mass equals. No.
Force.
Force equals mass times acceleration.
Mm-hmm.
Every action has an. Or then the last
That's
one's
the third
every
one.
action has an equal and opposite reaction. You can
Yeah.
tell that's my favorite one, apparently, because that's the one I keep repeating. I'm embarrassed. Like, I'm over here blushing because, like, I literally, like, we're watching this episode. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know all these. And then now you're, like, testing me. And I'm like, I can't. My active recall button is not working. If I was teaching this, I would know it.
Yeah. It's that kind of stuff. Those, like, 3 laws, it's like, if you can just, like, remember those things, if you have enough time, you could just, like, work out anything in a physics test because it's just like, well, all of this should equal out, right?
Yeah.
According to Newton's laws, everything is just equal. So if I can just set up the equation and have enough time to solve this, I can derive all the laws.
I have like a phobia of physics because of a AP physics class I took in high school.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have taken it. I should have taken like AP chemistry. I liked chemistry a lot. I liked it. It did not like physics. And then the AP test, like, I still can remember the question and it gives me hives.
I have the opposite thing where, you have those dreams where it's like, oh, you're in school, but you have to take a test and you haven't been to class all semester or something.
Yeah.
Your favorite dreams.
Yeah. I had one of those where it was a physics class and I was just like, oh, well, it's physics. I should just be able to derive everything, right? Like, I'll be fine.
Wow, you just got calm.
We had a really cool AP physics teacher when I like that. He was just like a really cool teacher. He was like one of the cool teachers.
Yeah, mine was not.
Why is that?
And so I learned. So like it was so easy to learn it.
I feel like I
like,
had cool physics teachers too.
Yeah. There should be cool physics teachers because they can just do stuff in front of you all the time.
Yeah, they get to just do all the demos.
Chemistry people should be able to do that too, though. My chemistry teacher, while maybe he was, I feel like my chemistry teacher was pretty dry. He at least he made things like start on fire every once in a while.
The labs for chemistry can be great. But
so it was like, okay, I'll deal with you being a little dry because like cool shit. You're gonna do cool shit. You make up for your.
See, my physics teacher didn't do a lot of demos. Like, I think that's also why I was just like, what's going on? Like, she could put on some Bill Nye. I would have like learned.
Yeah,
better.
I just feel like if you're like excited about physics, I bet it should just be fun for everybody.
I feel like every day I walked into physics, it was like, what magic trick are we seeing today? Because every day he would just start with a demo of something, and it's just like,
okay,
you walk in the classroom and it's just like, ooh, this is set up. I wonder what's gonna happen.
Beakers.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to like redo physics, and I cannot have it ruin my life as much as it does. Like, I seriously, like, I'm thinking about the AP physics question, and it still makes me mad. Like right now, like years later, I think I then went and did a job interview, and like they were like, okay, we need you to alphabetize these things quickly. And I was just like, I can't think right now. I just spent all this time trying to derive shit in my physics test. So annoying. If you want to know,
I would have not given you that job.
The ball was.
Did you get the job?
No, if I didn't get the job. Whatever, they closed like a month later. But the ball, there's a ball given mass going down a slope, and the slope has a substance on it, and you're like told about the friction or whatever, the substance, right? Then that is going into, so it's going down this track into a cup, and then inside the cup is a spring and water up to a certain height. How far will the ball go? No, that's not okay. That's not a question anyone should ever have to answer.
It's not, but you probably did spend a semester learning how to figure that out.
I learned how the ball goes down the ramp.
I'm not saying
Sure.
I'm not saying it would be easy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you ask me that now. I clearly have no fucking idea how to figure that out.
Maybe if I had a cooler teacher.
But like, we spent, that was the whole idea. To learn how to do that, right?
Yeah, I don't think my teacher really gave a shit. But we did get to throw things off the roof of the building, which was fun.
Yeah, see? There you go. Do you have, sorry, but Joe, do you have like school dreams a lot?
I mean, not a lot, but like you don't have these. It feels like a very common dream where it's just like, for some reason, you're back in school again. And like, because your waking brain is kind of there, you're just like, wait a second. I haven't been to English class in years. Oh shit!
This is like a super common dream. You don't get these?
No, I understand that people say. I feel like it's that and like serving jobs or some shit like that. Like people like early job. I don't dream about that stuff at all.
Joe, what do I dream about?
I dream about like waterfalls appearing in the middle of my house, and then I like wake up and think my like basement's flooded.
Okay, that's stressful. Joe's been woken up to me talking a lot recently because I've been having these wild dreams, and apparently I just become very vocal in them.
Nice.
But
it seems like you're like speaking to a classroom.
Yeah, I'm like teaching the children, and I'm like being very like clear about rules. And I think there's people breaking rules or
just
something.
The one recently was odd because it wasn't like a like sleep murmur of like, it was like she was speaking full volume, and I was just like, it is 4 a.m.
I even woke up the dog.
Wow.
That's really sad. Anyway, I love a good dream. I've been
just working your way up to full-time night adventures.
Dude, that's too much for me. It's too much. I don't think that I would do well like as those people that get the not you're like asleep, but you like do stuff. Like you can go like open up the fridge and like have a lot of food. It's like a lot of people who take like sleeping medications this happens to, or they like drive a car somewhere.
Are they conscious?
It's like something where you're like conscious enough, but you're still asleep. Like
Like,
people have murdered people in this state.
Do they remember doing it?
No.
Then I don't think you're conscious.
Okay. I don't really understand how the science. I feel like there's a Bill Nye episode about it that we probably should watch.
Because it sounded like you were talking about sleepwalking, basically.
It's like more than that. I don't remember the term.
I mean, murdering someone while you're sleeping is a little bit more than sleepwalking, right?
But like the ability for your body to be like asleep, but you're still like physically able, like even just like eating a sandwich while you're asleep. Like a lot of that happens to a lot of people on sleeping medication.
You'll really, really like it. I promise you that. It's very, very good. I think you need to watch the movie Sleepwalk with Me by Mike Birbiglia.
I feel like I've heard of it.
It's fucking great. And it's about
Does he jump out a window or something?
I don't want to talk about it just in case anybody wants to watch. If it's like he has a comedy special where he just like, it's just like his comedy set up. Like it's just a regular comedy special.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also a movie where it's like the movie about it. Like it's like the biopic basically about it.
I think I've seen that. I've for sure seen the stand-up special, but I think I've seen the fictionalization.
I think I
Yeah.
heard a This American Life about it.
It's really good. Our friend Mandy, like he came to like Uptown to the theater when that movie was coming out, and she was like, "Do you want to come with me to do this?" And I just say yes when she wants to do stuff because it's usually fun. And that was one of those. And he was there and he like spoke, and then like we watched the movie. It was really cool.
I love a good talk back.
Yeah, but that's a really interesting. So.
All right, I'll put that on the list.
Now I want to trace this back because I feel like I was there, but like we weren't friends yet.
Aww.
Did you go to the Mike Birbiglia?
Because I remember that happening at the Uptown Theater.
But like you didn't go with me. I went with
I don't think so.
because I just went with my friend Mandy.
Yeah.
Now our friend Mandy. But at the time, I don't think we were friends.
I don't think so.
Wow. How?
That was a long time ago.
I might have been on like a weird OkCupid date or something.
I still think that there could be times where we look back at old photographs and like you guys are in the background of my photos or vice versa.
Did you go to a lot of shows?
Well, I think we just were like hanging out at similar bars.
I mean that's true, but like I find out all the time when I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, oh, remember this show? And they were like, I went to that, and I was like, oh shit, yeah. So I know a lot of people that were at a bunch of like shows throughout college and afterwards that never knew who they were, or until later. And then I was like, oh, we've been in so many spots for hours together, and never interacted.
Well,
fun times.
Man, that makes me think about Bill Nye the Science Guy in motion.
I guess. Yeah, what did he? The kids were involved some more. Well, they were kind of like adult.
I feel like
I didn't look it up and see if it's the same kid.
It's not the same kid.
Oh, okay.
There was less at-home demo stuff.
There's less at-home demos. There's less scientists. There's less everything. There's like it's almost like there's like some clip show action going on. I mean, it still had the lesson about motion. This is not one of the most highly rated episodes. But like
I thought it was still good.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
The very first part where he like was walking and then he like explained like what he did and then like showed like the split screen of like, let's watch it again. And it was like I was on a platform that was moving, but I wasn't moving.
Yeah.
Or I was moving, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. It was a really cool intro, and it was just all very interesting. Everything he does is so interesting. Like, and it's like very like attention getting. Not in an obtrusive like annoying way either though, but it's just very like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, you're doing something.
But do you think
similar.
This is just interesting to us in our generation? And if I showed like my niece or nephew this, they would just be like, "This is dumb." I don't know.
It depends on how old are they?
Well, there's a lot of ages.
Because like this isn't like for a 5-year-old. I don't think.
No, but like let's say they're a preteen,
like 10, 9,
like 11, 12.
Okay, a little bit older. Yeah, I think 10 to 12 would. I feel like they would be into that if they like science. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
that. Yeah.
You also have to have like a kid still has to care about science a little bit or whatever.
But science rules. How can you not like science? That I don't understand.
A lot of people don't give a shit about stuff though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's not like Pokemon or something.
I think if you're a 9 to 10-year-old that is into science and also into some like media and stuff that's a little bit above your age, then like this is for you, because it's like it's science stuff geared towards that age range, but produced in a way that's like it's like MTV for teenagers. So I think that bit of it kind of appeals to like, I guess I'm thinking back to like me as a kid where I'm just like, I was 10, but watching things that are not appropriate for a 10-year-old, and then just like, but like, yeah, this would have appealed to me because it's just like, you know, it's kind of produced like a teen show, even though its target audience is a little bit younger.
Can I talk to you guys about the controversy about Bill Nye?
Yes.
I've
Let's
been
cancel Bill Nye.
waiting.
Yeah, fuck Bill Nye.
Okay. So again, I like watched several YouTube videos, did a lot of deeps because I wanted to know. I'm like, why? What is it? Like, I feel like I knew something was weird about Bill Nye.
I know, before you say it, I think that, but I'm like, I've never met or heard anybody in real life ever like disparage Bill Nye.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently that's because you only hang out with millennials and people of other generations don't give a shit.
Well, I mean,
Which-
generally don't really care what a boomer thinks.
I think they're talking more like Gen Z. But
Gen Z doesn't even know who Bill Nye is.
I do agree with like one of the like pieces of this. So basically,
Okay.
controversy started with the fact that he started doing these unproductive arguments with conservative, like the guy who does like the ARC, Ken Ham, about global warming and evolution and all of that. So he started doing these debates with them where basically you could watch this, and if you were pro Bill Nye, you just agreed with him the whole time. And then if you were pro the other guy, you just agreed with him the whole time. And at the end, it was pointless.
I mean, have you ever watched a debate or known anybody that's gone into a evolution versus creation debate and then came out and been, maybe I do believe in creation now?
well,
Like,
there,
I mean, there are some
was
things,
part
but
of this where like later on people were like, this is making me believe in Jesus. Okay. So like,
believe in Jesus?
yeah, like his points were that bad or something. But I don't know.
No.
This again is, I don't agree with this
I
controversy,
don't know.
and it doesn't really hit with me. We already talked about the not the scientist thing. Apparently, that was a big problem for a lot of people, that he's not a scientist, saying he's a science guy.
I guess it's funny when you say it, because I was like, Bill Nye has never said he's a scientist.
Do you know that Big Bird is a guy in a suit?
You guys keep going back to puppets. And then, okay, so in 2017, he had the reboot on Netflix, which was like geared towards nostalgia, millennials, etc. And it turns out that show, he basically wanted it to be a little more risque, right? It was, and then the term they kept using was, it was presumptuous, which I don't know, but it was not family friendly. So it was like not for kids. It was like clearly for adults, polarizing, because he talks very openly about his thoughts on global warming and, society and discrimination. And then the thing that like apparently really freaked people out was his discussions about gender and gender fluidity, which again, I feel like isn't this just science? I don't know. But there's a song that he put on called Sex Junk, and it was with Rachel Bloom, and apparently it's such a bad song.
Yeah.
It's so bad that like it has like the upvotes and downvotes on YouTube are like balancing each other out because it's so bad of a song. But that song made everybody turn and just like hated him, hated the show, hated what he was doing. Started believing in Jesus because he was saying
believing in Jesus.
that
I like how this just connects back to Jesus.
it does.
Fucking Bill Nye, I'm done. I'm going to Jesus.
Did we know that the Mythbusters were not cops nor theologians? Is anyone aware of that? I think so.
But that's the controversy. I was like really ready for him to have hurt someone. I mean, I think he's probably a little bit of a turd in real life. I think he has a lot of thoughts on the, science, and he shares about it, and he doesn't necessarily shut up when he maybe could. But like, none of these are bad. Like, I don't know.
Well, depending on who actually is mad about this, which seems mildly inconclusive. It's some people I could see, like some millennials being mad, or like maybe Gen Xers that were just kind of like Bill Nye and had to deal with him kind of thing when they were younger a little bit. But like Bill Nye had a good hearty nice thing in the 90s, and then in the late 2000 aughts and tens and whatnot, he's like, the people that know who I am are adults, so I'm gonna do an adult thing. And I'm gonna like be more me, or be like say more controversial things, because these are adults now, not children. And then those people were like, oh, that's not my Bill Nye, because
I can't share this with my children,
because whatever. And it's like, well, it's not. Number one, it doesn't ruin old Bill Nye. It really doesn't. It doesn't change.
You can go back and rewatch
doesn't
Motion.
Change that. The prequels to Star Wars do not ruin the original Star Wars movies. They don't.
I haven't seen them. I don't know.
But people just like think, that things that come after the thing that you like can somehow ruin the thing that you liked, which it can't. It shouldn't. So it clearly can for people, but it shouldn't. And then,
I don't know. I will say that, like, finding out that R. Kelly, like, pissed on some people, like, really did ruin a lot of R. Kelly for me. That came out later.
But, like, El Camino doesn't make Breaking Bad worse, in my opinion.
Okay.
Joe.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I get it, whatever. If you want to be mad at him for that stuff, they're just mad because the guy that they like thought was really cool and just taught him basic science shit when they were growing up doesn't necessarily believe the exact same things that they did, which is probably what they thought their entire lives. Because why wouldn't he? Because you loved him when you were a kid.
I agree. I think that that's what I kind of picked up on this controversy. And, like, they were saying, though, that other people, like, so other generations that don't have ties to Bill Nye just see him as, like, a rambling asshole kind of guy who, like, bullies all these other people or whatever and their beliefs.
But, like, here's the deal. Older generations, like boomers and shit, they just can't. They are like Gen Alpha. They can't pay attention and, like, focus and do shit either. For like, they're as addicted to their Facebook phones and shit as like anybody else is, in just different ways. And Gen Z people, they don't know who Bill Nye is. They only know Bill Nye as this kind of person, and they just don't care for it.
I don't know. Yeah, it definitely seems like he missed a moment of, like, putting all these on YouTube and, like,
Bill Nye needed to be like. He needed to Mr. Bean himself.
Yeah.
And just make old Bill Nye available on YouTube.
Yeah. And, like, maybe throw in a My Pillow ad in the middle. Not
but,
My
like,
Pillow. That's the wrong thing.
Him debating evolutionists or not. That's the other.
Ken Ham.
The creationists and global deniers and probably like flat earthers and shit. That just kind of sounds like some things that Bill Nye might do now. And that's just because he's like, well, the older people that know me will probably watch it, and other people will just watch it because they've heard Bill Nye.
Yeah.
And it's a way for me to make money, and I can speak relatively like intellectually about these things.
But I agree with you. Like, a creationist is not going to sit there and, like, be like, oh, you know what?
You got me.
You're right.
You got me.
The Bible's wrong.
You're right. Bible's wrong. Let's go get vaxxed. You're right.
Do it.
It's not going to happen.
Which is why I think that's why some people feel like it was dumb of him to do it in general and then, like, give those people a platform. But again, that's not controversial to me.
He didn't give Ken Ham a platform. Ken Ham has a platform. I mean, I understand.
He's at an art museum or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Technically, Ken Ham platformed Bill Nye.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they know who Bill Nye is, and then they're mad that he's platforming this other guy. It's like Bill Nye was on his show.
I think you should watch that debate sometime.
I'd love to watch it.
I want to see what you would say.
I'm sure I'd be like, Bill Nye is a smart guy, and Ken Ham should get hit by a baseball bat. I don't know.
Wow, physical violence.
Just creationist.
I think you're just talking about motion again.
I just want to learn about motion.
Scrolling through the Wikipedia for Bill Nye Saves the World, which is his Netflix show.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just, again, this is 2017, right? So it's like 20 years after the original show. I think it just is interesting that he decided, like, that he's coming back and tackling, like, interesting scientific topics that aren't non-controversial, like even beyond things that are just like, oh, of course, like right-wing like nutbags are not gonna like what you have to say.
Nincompoops?
Nincompoops. I held back. I was like, nincompoops is a little too harsh.
Too harsh.
I don't want to call anyone a nincompoop. But even things like so yeah, episode 1 is about climate change, and like sure, there's gonna be people that are mad about that, but like there are things that are just like, depending on what he says about it, that like it doesn't quite fit into a left versus right or woke versus not woke like anger
2
spectrum. Like episode 3 is Bill discusses artificial intelligence. Episode 4 is Bill discusses...
I hope he just goes, fuck AI, fuck AI, fuck AI.
Maybe he doesn't, though, and that would be upsetting to some people.
But he probably just talks about it like, this is what it could do, and this is the idea of it.
Uh-huh. And that might be upsetting to some people.
He did discuss, like, the one-child policy, but having that in the United States and, like, controlling the population, and that really pissed off.
Episode 4, Bill discusses genetically modified organisms.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 5.
You mean like all the food we eat?
Yeah.
Someone's like, I don't eat that weird tomato.
Uh-huh.
I do.
Yeah,
Episode 5, Bill discusses the theory of panspermia.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
That's like, aliens sent organisms here to like start life.
I want to fucking watch that episode.
Right? That's interesting.
That's just Prometheus.
Not really science-based, but it's just like a fun theory. And I could see also people being mad about like, oh, you're like platforming this weird-ass theory.
Yeah, you're not talking about motion.
Watching this Bill Nye show, The Science Guy, and hearing about these topics that he maybe did in 2017 through the lens of how he explained things in this one, I kind of assume that he would be like...
He'd just stick to the science. And
he would probably stick to the science, and if he was like saying like, I mean, some people might think about that. I think he's probably pretty like approachable in the subjects and not confront. Like, I bet I would see nothing wrong with it, even if I watched one that I was like, I don't feel like this is real.
Yeah.
But
I think it's just interesting that like he picked specifically like interesting to adults and like somewhat controversial topics, and not just like, here's how a plane works.
Because I bet like in climate change, he's probably like, well, here's the deal. This is like, some people kind of think it's like this, and some people kind of think it's like this, and like I really think it's probably like, I probably think it's more in the middle like this kind of thing.
Here's what the science shows,
and then the science kind of shows like this.
I remember seeing like an episode of it, and it was also more of like a stage show. So like it had a different flow, and I honestly like don't it. I feel bad that like everybody treated it like a reboot, because I don't think it's a reboot of Bill Nye the Science Guy. It's a totally different show.
Yeah.
Different premise, but like it's like, oh, we see Bill Nye as one thing, and I think he's done a couple other shows too. I think I saw like 4 that he did technically. But we should probably first and last Bill Nye Saves the World. I'm just saying. Learn about those pan aliens or whatever.
I'm very curious about that.
Although that's in the middle.
Love the X-Files. I know how they did it in the X-Files. So
they did it in the X-Files?
Well, how the aliens impregnated the world or whatever.
Oh, jeez. I need to watch that show.
You fucking do. It's so good.
Would you rewatch the whole show, though?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I've started it a couple times and like gotten a little bit, and then I just kind of fall off because I'm becoming worse at watching shows consistently. I just got to season 9 of Scrubs.
Okay, that's kind of a lot.
And it's very interesting because I can't wait to get to the new season now, because I know already, even I've only seen the first 2, maybe only the first episode of season 9, and I have like so I have like 12 left before I get to the 2026 season. And I'm like, oh yeah, this season just doesn't exist in lore at all, because I figured maybe the new season was going to hint towards some stuff, like just like it happened, but we're not going to talk about it. But like, I know the new season of the show takes place at Sacred Heart, the hospital. I'm almost positive it does. And in the first episode of season 9, they're like, they tore that hospital down and we're in a different hospital. Like, and I was like, okay, this is alternate universe.
Hey, there you go.
This is Avengers Endgame shit.
Maybe the aliens came.
It's so good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like great. First episode was not bad, not great. Bill Nye's great though.
Should we talk about our predictions?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I get a lot of points.
Well, you went first, so.
I know. I'm gonna go. I gotta turn my page back. There was only one experiment, and it didn't have a pencil, so no. I think there's a BIPOC or female scientist, and there was an astronaut that was a female. So I think I get a point for that.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, great. No one's fighting it.
I mean,
Um,
Joe, do you wanna
Nope,
fight it?
astronaut is a scientist.
Okay, there was no blimp, even though there was like a lot of clips of a lot of other things. There's no blimps,
No blimps.
and they never said like it's motion. Isn't it cool? They didn't do that. So I only get 1 point.
Fair enough. Joe, you had such a hilarious opportunity to just fight Claire on that one thing where she thought she had won.
Then he would get nasty emails from Emily.
From Cleveland. Number one, I said this episode would be about dinosaurs. It was not. I said there would be boats. Nope. No single boat.
That's shocking.
They showed a clip from the first episode when he was like doing that parachute
Mm-hmm.
sailing behind the boat, but they clipped it so you couldn't see anything but him in the parachute.
Mhm.
Oh, so mad. I did say Bill wears a special hat / helmet, and he had a bunch of them on eventually. He had like
He's a hat guy.
astronaut guy thing. They had the crash test dummy like head thing on.
That's the one that sold it to me. Like
Yeah.
he ends the show by being a crash test dummy and like stopping all motion.
Yeah. So I'm
and,
taking
like, dying.
So I'm taking that point. And then I said the special song was going to be a parody of a Pearl Jam song, and it was a parody of "Hot for Teacher"
Mm-hmm.
by
Van Halen.
Van Halen. I did think about doing "Cherry Pie" by Warrant because I thought that would be really funny.
I just would have thought it would be something more current.
But I'll take my 1 point for the special hat or helmet.
Cool. I had Bill Gets Wet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which
Bill
didn't really
got
show up until like the clips at the end, but it was there.
He got wet a lot.
A kid does something unsafe, which we did see.
Losers.
Yeah, we saw some losers, but they were adults that were just like, essentially you just like lay down on a skateboard and go down a hill 50 miles per hour. That is patently unsafe.
Yeah.
They use vans as their like brakes. They're like,
Yeah.
this is our lifesaver. It's
Yeah.
like, look at my shoe. That
That's
was
wild.
insane.
I was surprised that they showed that, but to the prediction, not a kid, but still wild that they showed this unsafe thing on a kid's show.
And there's like cars going by. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
A video game demo, and that just like they demo something via video game, which I thought would be something good. When I found out it was motion to start the episode, I thought that like, oh, well, like, yeah, you can show a lot of like video game physics stuff, but no. And then magnets somehow, and I don't remember seeing any magnets.
No.
I don't think I saw magnets.
Mm-hmm. So just the one for Wet Bill.
Wet Bill Nye.
Mm-hmm.
Ones all around. Jimmy will be happy.
Well, that's good. Our champion
Yeah.
sitting around and lurking in the darkness, waiting to swoop out for more points.
We got to get you guys more points this season.
Hey,
Come on.
once again, 1 point every single episode, almost always statistically will get you the win.
Hey,
So right now we are all in.
we're in the
running. Because Jimmy won, but he only got 23 points. So once again, 1 point every single episode, you can win. It's been very rare that someone has gotten over 25 points and won.
Well, Josh, there's new goals for you.
I've had that goal for about 17 seasons. So, there's that. Listeners, thank you so much for joining us and, voting in April Madness, and which is why we did Bill Nye today.
Yeah, you guys picked a great show.
Good show. It was a good show. Claire, congratulations for
Thank
picking
you.
it and being the April Madness champion.
I'm holding the belt above my head right now.
And if you don't take it home, I'm going to spray paint it JWO.
That's just rude.
Josh World Order. It's going to happen. Watch out.
But it goes so well with your decor.
Yeah, well, it's not my award anymore.
For
It never
this
was.
year.
Yeah.
Wait till next April.
Listeners, if you want to send us show suggestions or talk to us about Bill Nye, actually, if you don't like Bill Nye, I really want to know why.
Yeah, somebody Somebody that hates Bill Nye, let me know.
If someone was like, if someone was like just like a hate listen to this because they don't like Bill Nye, hit us up at F&L Podcast on the Gmail, on the Twitter, on the Instagram. What do you got against Bill Nye? I want to watch the new one because I want to see if he offends me. Probably not, but
Probably not.
Probably not, but we'll find out. But thank you for listening. We will see you again next week for another one. Goodbye.
It's like, actually, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal, and it's just part of the normal Earth's warming and cooling.
Yeah, there's cooling, and there's warming, and there's warming, and it's warming.
And it's totally normal. God is just hugging us closer.